healing should actually be an ongoing process. That should be part of your preventive regimen. It's like going to the gym. It's like doing your yoga. It's like cleaning up your body. It's to make sure that your mind, your emotions, your energy field is in a state where physical manifestation of disease doesn't even happen. So healing ideally would be that. The human system is way more complex than any doctor or even any engineer or any scientist can even imagine.
Hey, you are listening to Dream 100 Business Show podcast with Savita Husamane. In today's episode, we talk to Amit Gaur, who is the co-founder of Core Healing Private Limited. He believes that the easiest way for one to restore peace and joy in their lives is through forgiveness. He says that forgiveness has become one of the foundational principles of not only his life, but also his work where he deals with his clients. The minute I heard about healing, I was transported to the time where I was working upon myself to heal my psychosomatic skin disorder. I was using meditation as the approach to heal myself. I was completely healed and I was overjoyed. However, during the COVID lockdown, my skin issues relapsed and I had to struggle a lot with myself because I felt that the earlier approach was not working because I was not getting healed. And I had to dig much deeper and work on a much deeper level to heal myself. And during this process, I had a lot of unanswered questions regarding this delayed healing. And I was seeking answers on a conscious as well as an unconscious level as well. This beautiful conversation with Amit helped me to understand the subject of healing in a different perspective, for which I am truly grateful personally. Amit is in the profession of energy healing, which is a very intriguing subject. Amit has worked with people across all age groups, from preteens to folks in their 80s, on all sorts of issues. It is not an easy job to restore balance and equilibrium. But how does he do it effortlessly? Because he deals with both individuals as well as businesses and heals people on personal and professional growth as well. So let's hear it out from him right here, right now, in this episode of Dream 100 Business Show. Welcome to Dream 100 Business Show. It's truly an honor and pleasure to have you here on our show. First time we are talking to a healer, so it is very exciting for us to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I would like to understand what exactly core healing means.
So the word heal, basically, if you get the meaning of that, it goes to make a person whole. It is a restoration of wholeness. So core healing was a name that we intended for the company to signify our objective of what we want to do through our healing, which is to restore wholeness by addressing the core of all dis-ease which is there at whatever level. And in our approach, the dis-ease at any level comes due to imbalances or distortions in the energy field, in the emotions, in the thought process. These three things ultimately solidify and manifest into physical, psychosomatic, or even sometimes mental health issues. So core healing is basically restoring wholeness by addressing the core of issues. So that's why we chose that kind of a name for the company. It's an approach of life which takes you towards being whole. So that's core healing.
Awesome. As you said, when a person is diseased, so if we break up the word disease, it is like when you are not at ease.
Perfect.
So on a daily basis, the challenges in our life are such that we are thrown out from our normal gear and we are diseased, be it in the level of thought process or be it in the level of emotion or at an energy level also. So in that case, How can a person find out that they are not able to restore their balance themselves, or they require an external source to restore their imbalances?
In our experience till now, in the decade of or so that I've been doing healing, usually it is at a point when you've actually reached a place where physical manifestations of dis-ease has already happened. So there would be physical symptoms that a person would be experiencing at that time. If you are one of the fortunate ones who is hearing about this before experiencing physical symptoms, then it is exactly like what you said. It is a sense of dis-ease. It is a sense of not being absolutely comfortable with what I am feeling in the body and the mind. So the ones which people talk about a lot these days are anxiety, stress. But it is not just the general anxiety and stress that is dis-ease. Even a simple thing as a repeated argument that keeps going on in your mind, a repeated thought process that is troubling you, a certain incident that you replay in your mind, all of those are forms of disease. So healing should actually be an ongoing process. That should be part of your preventive regimen. It's like going to the gym. It's like doing your yoga. It's like cleaning up your body. It's to make sure that your mind, your emotions, your energy field is in a state where physical manifestation of disease doesn't even happen. So healing ideally would be that. But unfortunately today, it's usually when people either have a physical manifestation or they have a manifestation at the level of thought, or they are starting to have issues in their interpersonal relationships, whether it's at work or it's in the family. That's usually when people come for healing. That's where it stands today. But how do you realize that you need healing? You're upset, you're angry, you're not feeling happy, you're feeling disappointed about life, you're feeling stuck, you're feeling life is not giving you what you would want it to give, you're feeling people are not respecting you, giving you the kind of attention, acknowledgement that you should be getting. Any of those feelings which make you feel you are not where you want to be could be a dis-ease in the system. And any of those could be addressed through these different things that we do. So that's when you know that you need healing. So today, when it comes to me, even a even a thought which says that even though I didn't get angry with a person, a thought which said that this person should not have said this to me. That thought is observed, it is caught, and it is known as this thought brought a sense of disease in me, and it needs to be healed. Many a times I do it myself. I don't need external support. Many a times I go to my teacher, I talk to him, I take support. So as you learn, as you grow, the objective that we have is that you should be able to tackle most of the things that come up. And with the remote healing, there is a support that's there for you to be able to tackle most of the things that come up. So it's a balance of you working yourself, you using energy to support you, and you working with someone who can actually show you a different perception of things. So that's kind of where it goes.
Awesome. If somebody is under any form of medication, apart from or in addition to medication, can they go ahead with this healing process as well to accelerate or to smoothen the process?
Yes, absolutely. So we never suggest anyone to actually stop medication. You have to monitor medication, but that too over a longer period. So I've had clients who've been on blood pressure medication all through their life, like for decades. And after they started the healing in 2 years, suddenly they started feeling that their blood pressure is dropping. So they had to actually go and reduce the medication. So there will have to be some kind of monitoring that might be needed, but it's over a longer period. It takes time for the entire body to heal and come back to its natural state and start reversing stuff that it had been doing. So, of course, you have to continue the medication. Many a times the medication gets prevented. Many a times it gets eliminated. There is someone for whom medication got eliminated as well.
Wow.
Stopping medication is not a requirement. It's actually not suggested.
When a person is coming for healing, so what is the state of mind that they should be? Because what happens is when people are undergoing medication or when they are not in their usual healthy self, what happens is they would have got internally frustrated. So they will be trying out different kinds of mechanism, and somebody will say that, hey, why don't you go here? You will definitely get relief. So, they come in a confused state of mind. So when they come like that, and any medication or any kind of healing is given, it does not actually yield results quickly. So how do you address such situations?
So there's two things. The first thing that we tell them that this is not like allopathy. It is not meant to treat the symptom. It is meant to find the cause. Finding the cause takes time, and then it is meant to address the cause. So when a person is coming to us with a physical issue, unless it is a critical physical issue, unless they're in the hospital or in the, we suggest them to go with something called the body mind balance group healing. So what happens in that is that it is a healing that is sent to a group of people. About 8 hours a day, energy is transmitted to them. And it is for every organ system of the body. It is for all the emotions. It is for the energy system of the body. And it is for the spirit. So it is a complete healing which is happening, but it is happening slowly. Usually what happens is that whether it is allopathy or it is homeopathy or it is Ayurveda or it is even the traditional energy healing modalities that we used to use, it is for a specific symptom. And that's what we also used to do earlier. We used to do a lot of healing for specific symptoms. What we saw is that if you treat, say, for example, a digestive issue, you treat the digestive issue, but the digestive issue has, even on the physical level, linkages with many other issues. So once the digestive imbalance gets better, some other place will shift. In Chinese meridian, I think they say that the lung and the large intestine meridians are linked. So if both are not balanced together, if one meridian is fixed, the other will go out of whack. So that's why we suggest go for the body mind balance healing. It's 8 hours a day. It's a monthly healing. Be on it for 3 months. You will see your whole system healing. So any kind of hurriedness that is there in healing is usually to find relief. It is not to find healing. So if there is something in the system that is actually causing physical discomfort, we will do healing for relief. So we will do specific healing. We will do healing for that particular issue that is there. But if it is not, we will always suggest be patient, let the whole system heal together. We don't want to burden another part of the system because we healed this one too strongly. We want everything to heal together because they are linked. If you heal one and don't heal the other, this part becomes strong, this doesn't. They both have to lift the same weight together. And if this is not strong now, this is going to start failing. So we don't want that to happen. So we shifted our focus from specific healing of ailments to a general healing of the whole system. Having said that, we still do things for people who are in the ICU. We still do things for people who have critical sicknesses. But when they come to us, they have to know two things. They have to know that this is healing. This is not symptom alleviation. They have to understand that the final correction will only happen when their own perception of what caused the issue heals. Even if we do remote healing, even if we do the body mind balance healing, it is giving you support. But if you are continuously seeing things the way you were seeing earlier, you are continuously imbibing poison from the environment until your vision changes and you stop imbibing poison from the environment, true healing will not happen. You will be supported. You may not feel symptoms. The symptoms may be weaker. You may feel that everything is going fine, but the cause is still right there. Body mind balance, everyone can get on, but any other healing other than body mind, I do a discovery call. I talk to them. I share with them that this is what's happened. These are the experiences that people have had. This is what you can expect. Nothing is something that is ever 100% guaranteed, but go to the website, see the testimonials, see 800 people's experiences. Maybe it will motivate you. Maybe it will make you feel a little inspired to try this. So it's about them making the choice that this is something I want to do. If it comes from a necessity that there is nothing else, I've tried everything, let's try this also. it is already coming from a negative space. It is not coming from the space of this is going to help me. It is coming from the space of I've tried everything, let's give this a shot. So that's why we first talk to them, we send them to the website. Many people see the website and come, many people see the website and don't come, but we don't move ahead until they have seen, understood, and made an informed choice. Their system should say that this is going to help me in some way. I may perceive it, I may not perceive it, but so many people have had such good experiences. It is going to do something for me. That's where the speed or the power of the healing exponentially magnifies when that happens. Healing will still work. The power magnifies when a choice has been made by the person to heal. Until that choice of the person is there, the power of the healing is weaker.
Sometimes after some time it so happens that say after 6 months or an year or so, if it comes back, whatever condition it was, say in the form of a physical manifestation, especially when it comes to this psychosomatic diseases which we see, they are chronic and they come back. So in that case, what should the person understand? Is it that they have not healed themselves completely, or there is something which is to be still addressed?
Complete healing is a very rare thing. Like I said, like even now, there is dis-ease of thought that happens to me. So is the mind completely healed? It is not. So if a manifestation returns, say for example, it is a headache. If a headache returns, a person does not really mind going and taking the Disprin again because the Disprin is for $2. What the person is minding here is that they've paid a large amount of money and the headache has returned. So more than the suffering of the headache returning, it's the suffering of the loss of money that is being caused here. It's funny, but that's the way the mind operates. It judges whether the healing happened or not, or whether the healing was useful or not based on how much money it paid for it. Nobody expects the headache not to return after taking a Disprin. Everybody knows that the cause of the headache is still there. Whether it is a migraine, whether it is a headache caused by too much television, whether it is a headache caused by noise, they know that the cause is there, it's going to come back again. They don't mind that. People mind this because the perception that has been created by general media is that healing from the core means it's never going to return. So that hardly happens because there are so many layers and so many levels of the mind that once you heal one layer, another level might come up. Often the same symptom might not return. A different symptom might come. So when it's a different symptom, people don't correlate and say that it's the same thing that has come back. But when they come to the therapist, when they come to the healer, when the system scans them, it is seen that it's the same thing. But if it's the same symptom that has returned, then people get disillusioned. And to an extent, that disillusion is actually fair. Anyone would feel that, oh, I did so much and it didn't help. But it's not true. It helped. It created a change where you didn't experience that symptom for a significant amount of time. If it comes back, like with any other thing, we need to look at what new thing or whether a layer of the same thing has come up. So there have been people on the remote healing, the body mind balance program, whose migraines have been healed. Like they used to have very frequent migraines, and the migraines they say have healed, but it's not that they never happen. But the frequency has reduced so much that it is a blessing. So there is a mindset shift also that is required. That's why when someone does only remote healing and does not work on themselves to have a mindset shift, it is likely that they will doubt. And it is okay to doubt. It's the next step that a person takes after the doubt that counts. Okay, you've doubted, say for example, the healing that you did with me. But does that mean you're not going to do anything further? Fine, this didn't work. Let's not stop. Let's either try this again or try something else. Let's not get disappointed and say that this is never going to change. It has different levels. People come to me after having met so many therapists and so many healers, and I tell them this one thing: don't be against them. Don't say they failed. They all did one layer of the work. You are here now and you got the benefit here because of the basic work that they had actually done on you. So don't imagine that you didn't do the work. or they didn't do the work. The work was happening, you were just not seeing the results. The human system is way more complex than any doctor or even any engineer or any scientist can even imagine. In that layman like us would know what's wrong and fully get cured is it's a fantasy. Does it happen? Do people basically say that it never came back again? Very often in healing, it does. Very often, especially with people who are very open, it happens. But it is not a necessity that it will happen with all. So if it comes back, stay, try a little more, see if other things worked, if this is just one thing that did not work, if other things change in your life, if your interpersonal relationships changed, if your job changed, if people's interaction with you, if they noticed some change in you, they noticed some change in your face, some change in your skin, some change in your expression, any of those things could be a sign of what happened. This is energy. It is working in all areas of your life. You may not have seen the output in that one area where the symptom recurred, but it could have made 100 other changes. So
Yes.
be open to view the changes and you will know.
Because many people feel that when they are subjected to any kind of medical situations, either when they are very young or experience cancer or something like that, most of them tell that all you're carrying all this from your past lives, from many lives. So is there a possibility to heal your past life traumas as well?
The possibility of everything is there. What we have to understand is that while I also talk about past lives once in a while, I always put this caveat that whatever happened in the past life, it cannot be cured back in the past life now. It still has to be addressed now. It still has to be understood now. It still has to be healed now. So while many of these modalities talk about past lives and talk about we need to heal the trauma where it happened, even if you are healing the trauma where it happened, you are healing it in this moment. It is still being healed in the now. You can only heal it in the now. The power of true healing comes from the fact that you are focused in this moment. While healing truly does not focus on the clients, it focuses on the healer. If I am working on myself, if I am clearing myself, if I am letting go of my judgments, if I am letting go of every single thought of unease which is there in me, when a person comes and sit in front of me, I can be in the space of love, non-judgmentalness, and I can help that person connect with the true source of healing, which is the universe, God, divinity, whatever you want to call it. From that source, anything is possible. The error that many healers make is that their own journey stops. They stop clearing themselves and they stop amplifying their own connection to source. And that's where this discord happens. So, can it happen? Is there past life healing that happens? Can souls be healed? All of it is possible. All of it is not necessary for everybody. These are very rare places where this is required. What I tell my clients is you've been on this planet for 40 years, you have accumulated enough stuff in this lifetime. Forget about the past, let's clean this lifetime. Let's clean your last month, let's clean your last year, let's clean your last decade. There is lots more work. Why go to the past? You go there when you've done this first. So my focus usually is on this unless there is a critical issue that is hooked in the past. Then I will take them to the past. I don't have a problem. And it works. More often than not, it works. Going to the past, acknowledging that that was what I felt when I was a child, and that feeling is what is driving my life today. Acknowledging that, choosing to heal it, and then just doing whatever processes are required to let go of that feeling, building an awareness in you to notice whenever that feeling comes up, it has to work. It has to heal.
Usually people feel that when there is a face-to-face or when the person is physically present right in front of the healer, they feel that the energy transmission is better and the healing takes place more effectively. So as compared to remote. So what is your take on that?
This is a general misconception. I have exclusively been doing remote only work for the past, I think, 6 years now. Prior to that, we did have a center. People used to come to my place. It's equally strong. It's in many ways better, because as soon as I get a request on WhatsApp, I can see it, I can notice, I can do the healing. You don't have to wait for 5 days to get an appointment. So the number of people I can work with significantly improves. A good amount of my clients basically say that as soon as we send you a message, we start feeling better. I may not even have seen the message. They say that you didn't even see the message, but I start feeling better. So I was discussing this with my teacher when I was learning from him. And he said that our job is to, as much part of the day, remain connected with God. So if you are staying, say, for example, in a healing center all the time, there is different things that you have to attend to. There are so many things which will pull you away from God. So at that time is when I decided that I'm going to stay away from the city. I'm going to move out. I'm staying outside the city. I stay alone. I meet my family 2 days a week. Either they come there or I come here. I keep myself as much as possible connected. Now, when a person sends me a message, to put it simply, they have placed a phone call to me. Now they have connected to me and I am connected to source. So they are automatically connected to source and healing has to flow. Their intent and their choice of sending me a message has already started the healing.
Wow.
So it's miraculous the way this works. It's amazing. The body mind balance program, when we do it, it's done through a system. It's done through a software, a proprietary software that we have. It can do it for a large number of people simultaneously also.
Okay, awesome. So in that case, now we also see that many businesses also have started receiving healing. So
Yes, it is a new thing, and it is spreading like wildfire in the West. Businesses taking healing. In India, it's relatively new. I have worked with quite a few businesses. I have worked with uh, also with properties, like properties that do not sell, properties that people have been trying to sell for 2 3 years and they've not been successful. In up to 80% of cases, we've been able to get it to sell within 8 months of starting the healing. So we basically say we're going to do it for 6 to 8 months. In 80% of the cases, within 8 months, it's sold. Why does it happen? Because everything is energy. When a prospective buyer enters a property, he feels something. That feeling can be a positive feeling or it can be a negative feeling. For the feeling to be a positive feeling, the property has to be generating that positive vibe. Now, there are many reasons why properties have vibes which are not as positive. But all we do is we clear the energy of any negative vibes and we pump positive vibes and the property sells. So similar thing with businesses. Now, the bigger the target of the energy, the bigger what the thing that we are transmitting it to, the more energy it requires. So when we do transmission for businesses, we have to actually dedicate a software machine, a hardware machine for that business, and the energy transmission is 24 hours. Sometimes when things are difficult, we dedicate two machines for that business because business is a big thing. It involves suppliers, it involves customers, it involves factories, it involves the employees, it involves a lot of things, and everything comes with its own energy. So a lot of energy has to be transmitted to lift up a business. Now, we've done some specific work, we've done some measurable work with businesses, wherein people will laugh at this, but I'll go with it anyways. There was a business for which, in a factory, the machines that they used to use would often break down. We did a healing for 1.5 months and the machine stopped breaking down.
Wow.
We're not even talking human beings here.
Amazing.
So when we do, say, energy transmission for a factory, for a company, all the employees can get generic transmissions of positivity. We don't do anything specific without permission happening. But positivity is something which everybody wants. Efficiency increases. Measurable increases in efficiency we've seen. Before your day starts, the premise in which the people are going to come and sit and work is the energy of that premise is cleaned. That itself, whatever part of a person's energy was going to overcome the energy of that place, is now directed towards the work. So the efficiency of the person increases using that. We've given people subliminals. Like we create an audio specific for their company, for their place, with subliminal tracks inside which enhance joyfulness, positivity, which enhance a sense of non-competitiveness where you can support each other and work. That has increased the positivity and that has increased the efficiency of the company. So a lot of different things we've done with businesses. Some of those are very clearly visible, some are not. And there have been businesses that have continued with us. There have been businesses that have started, stopped, not continued. It's been a journey. Working with businesses itself it's much more complex than working with individuals. Working with individuals is easier. It's more fulfilling because you see the response, you see them getting happy. With businesses, it's a little dry, but it does some amazing stuff. Energy work does amazing stuff in all aspects.
How do you determine the duration? Now, let's say for individuals, like how much of healing that they have to take, or for a business, how much of healing that they have to take? Is there a fixed
So
duration?
with a business, we clearly say that anything less than 3 months is useless. You will not see any measurable changes in less than 3 months because such a big. We have to first bring up from negative to neutral, and then we have to raise up. So it takes month, 2 months to just bring up from negative to neutral. The corporate environment today is very untrusting. It is very competitive. It is very harmful to the organization actually. Every person, the one-upmanship that is there, the inability to actually be open and share information that is there, all of these things, they require change at the personal level of people. And we are not transmitting energy to people directly here because we don't have their permission. We are transmitting energy to the business. For that to percolate to the level of people and start affecting, it takes time. So 3 months is the minimum that we need with businesses. Even with body mind balance, we say that it's better if you stay for 3 months. Otherwise, try for 1 month. If you feel it has helped, continue. If you feel it has not helped, don't continue. None of it is binding. The general changes which people say is that sleep becomes better. Some people who've had digestion issues, the digestion issues become better. So there are generic things which you can notice faster. If you are very messed up, then maybe in a month you will not see anything. So like I said, it takes time to move from negative to the neutral, and at neutral is when you can actually start seeing things. When you are in that extremely frenzy, firefighting negative state, you're so fast, you're so rapid that your ability to see things is very low.
Now, let's say they have taken healing for 7 to 8 months, and afterwards, if they feel that, can they do it themselves also? Any kind of training is provided for them?
So in the healing, nothing is provided. But when we do therapy work, when you actually do telephonic sessions with me, right, probably from the first session or the second session, I will start giving tools. I am one person, and God's grace, there I really have enough clients to keep me busy. So I don't want clients to keep coming back to me. I want clients to come back to me after they have tried. So I give them work, I give them audios, I give them my own audios of processes, what processes they can do, how they can do it. I give them the ability to connect with me on WhatsApp and ask for doubts about, I'm doing this, I'm finding this doubt. So in the telephonic sessions, you get tools to work on yourself. The body mind balance group healing is basically a supplement. It is there for as long as you want it to be there to support you. Your work, your true healing will only happen when you take the decision to heal in your own hands. And you say, now I have to look within me and find the cause. Body mind balance softens the person and opens them up to want to look. I don't usually take therapy clients directly. When a person comes to me, I say, get on body mind balance, be on it for 15, 20 days, then we'll talk. Because over the time, what I've seen is if I take therapy clients directly, it is a pain because it is an argument. Because you have to force an opening to happen. When you've been on the body mind balance, your system has slowed down a little. There is an opening. The therapy work becomes much faster. And of course, therapy work is way more expensive than body mind balance. I don't want people to spend money when it's going to be an argument and it's going to take a lot of time trying to convince each other. So softening through body mind balance, coming on to therapy, learning tools, learning processes, doing them yourself, coming back when there is a problem. Then we realize that there is other things that we can also do, which is some basic products to help people in between. So there are products to enhance the energy of a space of your office, of your home. There are products to enhance your own energy to keep yourself a little shielded from other energies. So there is some basic small things that we started off doing for ourselves and then realized that this is such a beautiful thing. Let's just put it out there for any of our clients who want additional support. So the products that we make, again, they're all made by me. So again, there is a bandwidth constraint there. It's not easily available like I make it. The last batch of pyramids that I made was about a year back. Now, 2 months back, I've made again another batch. So when I'm in the mood, when I feel to do it, I make those products. The products are an additional thing which is there for our clients for supporting themselves. Now, over time, what has happened is there are a lot of people who are just buying the products who don't even know about us, who have researched products that are being used abroad, and they come and they say, there is nobody else in the country that is making this. There are only these people. So they come to our website, they do a Google search, they come to our website, they buy the products and they use the products. Many people use the products and then come and say that if the products are so good, maybe the therapy is also good. Maybe the healing is also good. So it's been a lot of grace that way. So there are some products which are recommended to almost all of my clients. There are some products which is like, check it out. If it calls you, if you feel that there is something that needs to be done, go buy it. None of them are essential, but they are supportive. They are all supportive products.
Isn't it fascinating to know that one can become healthy and whole with the process of healing? Stay tuned for the next episode to know more about the secrets of healing. I thank Amit from the bottom of my heart for being so generous in sharing his valuable experiences and insights straight from his heart. Here are my top takeaways from this amazing conversation which I had just had with him. My first takeaway is that healing is an ongoing process. Finding the cause of the disease certainly takes time. The power of healing magnifies when a choice has been made by the person to heal. Your true healing will happen only when you take the decision to heal in your own hands without any resistance. And of course, there are products to enhance your own energy to keep yourself a little shielded from other energies as well. These are my beautiful takeaways. So share this episode with your friends whom you feel needs healing to become healthy and whole. Share your healing insights from this episode, and as usual, we are always waiting to hear from you. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful listener.